Hey there guys, going to do a quick tutorial on how to increase the peer list on your PantherX2 miner. So first things first, what you're going to do is either use the Helium app with the Bluetooth diagnostic function, or go to your actual router's IP list, find your miner, and then go to that IP address in any browser. So I use Google Chrome, just enter in the local IP address, and it will ask for a username and password. The defaults are going to be admin. Once you get into it, you should see a screen like this for your PantherX2. So next step from here is going to be going to Tools, and we're going to hit Reset Password. When you click on Reset Password, it will prompt you to enter in a password. I highly recommend doing this because as you have a public IP address, anyone could get into your PantherX2 at any time. So you should probably change that for just security purposes. Once you do that, you're going to go download WinSCP. It's the way to log into your miner either locally or remotely. So once you download that, you should be able to log in to your miner. So what we're going to do is start a new session. We're going to choose the file protocol as SCP. Your host name is going to be the local IP address for your miner, or if you're remoting in, your remote IP address. It's all available on that PantherX page. So I'm going to enter in mine real quick. Should be connecting the port 292. Oh, by the way, you should forward that first in your router just so you can get into it. Your username is going to be admin. Your password is going to be that password that you set earlier. Next step is we're going to go to advanced. I'm going to pop this window out. And we're going to go to SCP shell. So in shell, it says default. What we're going to do is click on the drop down and choose sudo su. What sudo su does is it allows you to access any files inside of any directory and edit them. You do need sudo in order to get to the file that we need. So we're going to hit OK. We're going to hit login. It's going to give you this thing, blah, 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 blah. Just hit yes. And now we're in. So we're in the root directory. That's actually not where we want to be. We want to go all the way to the top. So just hit parent directory or that little guy right there. And we're going to end up in here. From here, we're going to choose opt. And then we're going to go to PantherX2. Then we're going to go to Docker. And then from Docker, we're going to go to Overlay 2. And now we're looking for the file that says init behind it. We're not actually going to go to this one. We're going to go to the other file that's named the same thing, which is this 601. It will be different for everyone's miner. You just look for the init and then click on the one above it that's not the init but the exact same file name. Then we're going to go to merged. We're going to go to opt again. Then we're going to go to miner. We're going to go to config, and we should find system.config. We're going to double click on that, and this is why I really love using WinSCP. Thank you for all the guys over on the Discord telling me to use this, because I was trying to do it with the command prompt, and it was awful. So what we're going to change is this right here. Only this section. All this other stuff will stay the same. We're going to go down to peer book. We're going to change this from the original value to this one. So it says 180,000 for a peer book update interval. So it will update more often. We're going to change the max inbound connection. So the max inbound peer connections from the default to 200. And then we're going to change our outbound gossip connections from the default, which I think was like 6, to 50. Leave everything else the same. Once you're done, just go ahead and hit save. Obviously, I didn't change anything here, so it's not highlighted for me. Hit save. Exit out of this, exit out of SCP, and then go ahead and go back to your browser and reboot your miner. Once you do that, it should say syncing. If that doesn't go away after, I'd say, about 5 to 10 minutes, go ahead and do a hard restart on it. By that I mean unplug your miner for 5 to 10 minutes, plug it back in, and just let it go. And there you go, guys. Pretty simple.